Okay, welcome back. We're looking at my Express funded account with TopStep Trader, and we can just go through all the different stats. You see that total P&L at the moment is $950. I've got a trade win percentage of 70% and a profit factor of 2.13. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be fair. I haven't taken many trades, but if I was to keep those type of trade win percentages and profit factor of over 2, then I'll be very happy. We can see that the account is growing quite steadily. Bit of a bump up as we'll go through. Tuesday is most active day. Average win duration is just under an hour. You can see my average winning trade is $105 and my average losing trade is 120. So I kind of need to flip that around. So I need to hold on for longer, and we'll discuss that in a little while. My best trade was $527, so over half the profit so far came from one trade. If we look through here, discussed Thursday, Friday, and Monday already, I believe. So Tuesday and Wednesday, and today's Thursday. So I haven't taken any trades today. I've done a little bit of analysis. The market seems pretty dead at the moment. We're waiting for CPI. Once we get CPI, then I'm hoping something will turn up. But just looking through here, I'm trying to keep a bit of a journal to try and work out what I'm doing. You can see that I did actually go into drawdown to start with, all the way down to about $400, and then ended up banking over 500. So that was a good couple of trades. Again, just looking through this to remind myself. Okay, yeah, ended up going down to 32nd on the NQ. So if I just come off this, go to the charts. If I click here, right, so if I just get rid of all this stuff to start with. So current market conditions, if we go to the daily, we're clearly in a bullish market. And if I put all these at the same so we can see, I've also got YM up, so the micro Dow Jones. I've got that up now, and I'll explain why in a minute. So from left to right, got micro ES, micro NQ, micro YM. All three averages basically trending higher. We're seeing quite a decent impulsive move, and then a shallow or sideways move after that. Yeah, so bullish overall. The last few days, you can see green candles on the NQ. Yesterday actually closed down, and yeah, Dow Jones YM closed down yesterday after going sideways since the 4th September. If you look here, this sort of big impulsive move up on the YM, it's kind of got this shelf appearing now. They've tested into this sort of zone around the 45,800. I'm expecting them to push up above there. What else can I say? Overall, sort of just bullish, so looking for longs. All right, if I just go to NQ, go back a couple of days. So if we go to hourly, yesterday I did look for a long prematurely, and I got out of that quickly, and then I didn't go short, but I did go short on the YM yesterday. The day before on the NQ, we said that I'd gone long. So if you look left, this is the 8th of September. So Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So Monday, we had these sort of swing lows here, and at the open on Tuesday, no, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, yeah. So on Tuesday, pushed down quite heavily, and then from memory, if I go to the fib tool, yeah, so we got below 50% of the previous day's sort of range. We took out some swing lows on the hourly. That's when I started looking for some action. So we had like relatively equal bottoms here, relatively equal bottoms there. We had a push lower. We had this big impulsive move down, and then we kind of just paused. This is on the 5-minute candles. So when you get a big impulsive move, yes, we expect to see a pause before another push lower. That didn't happen. We kind of had a pause, and then go down to the 30 seconds, which is quite a ridiculous thing to do, but the market was being a bit weird. All right, so it's the same setup. Wait for a push below an hourly. If it was at the low of the previous day, that'd be good, or around the middle of the previous day, that's also fair play. So push lower, we had an imbalance here, so that's that red block. So push lower, and then as you look through, you get another imbalance. This is a 30 seconds, so I'm kind of looking at more of the swings rather than the actual candles. So using this sort of area as a change in delivery. So once we closed above that, that kind of confirmed. Then you can see we've got this fair value gap or imbalance, came back down into it, then pushed up. Then if you notice this black candle body here, the opening price, that became resistance. And you'll often find that at the move, if you just go to the opening price and drag across, if you get a bullish close above, then you can almost guarantee a bit more of a movement, and then vice versa, the swing lows, the opening price acts as resistance as well. So things to look out for in terms of price action of the candles. Yeah, I got long, and I thought I'd actually mark this up. So if I got long in here, looking for a 1 to 2. So yeah, made the 1 to 2, got out, and then if I'd held, my actual entry wasn't tested ever again. And if I'd held, yeah, it was just a grind all the way up. So I kind of left thousands on the table, to be fair. But for me, this was a good trade after what I believe was, yeah, getting in a little bit prematurely before. Right. On the next day, I saw this sweep here of the low before on the sort of 5-minute, went to the hourly, saw that there wasn't a sweep of a swing low or anything, decent. Got out of my long, so then redid the analysis, if you like, at the same time. So NQ, I thought was going to be a long, but then turned short. And then if I go to the hourly, the Micro ES didn't really have the same sort of, well, it had a similar sort of pattern. You saw like this down, then big up into news. I think this was PPI. We're waiting for CPI today. Whereas on the YM, we saw a sweep of the previous sort of week's high. We had this big sort of wiki candle, and we didn't really get that on any of the other, well, either of the others. So I decided to trade the YM. Down to the 5-minute. So again, we wait for a sweep of a swing high or swing low. So I had that. Then we had a big imbalance there. Then we had an opposing imbalance there. We had basically a change in delivery on the down close of this candle. Then they went back up, tested that imbalance, and then they came down. I actually, because there was these opposing imbalances, I just got short at the close of this candle here. Put my stop above the high there, and then targeted 1 to 2. Didn't get it, started going sideways. At the same time, these guys weren't really doing a lot either. They were kind of going sideways, and same for ES, sort of sideways. So I just took a 1-to-1 on the YM, and then if I'd been able to on the NQ, I noticed that they went back up to test the sort of levels that I would have been happy to get in at. And if I'd had the sort of conviction of the trade, but it was getting late in the day, I could have actually got that sort of risk reward 1 or 2. So I missed out on this, as I missed out on the previous day's rise. I missed out on yesterday's low. So yeah, but that's more because I didn't want to give back any of the profits that I'd made on YM. I was pretty happy with this trade. It set up exactly how I wanted it to. It just didn't really have the momentum to the downside. So that's kind of it. That's the overall assessment of how I traded. Relatively good. I'm glad that I'm sort of spotting the trades. The market's kind of doing what I want it to do. My execution is pretty good. My risk is pretty good. And so far, the profits are slowly but surely coming. But like I said, this account is more about execution and risk management. So yeah, I'll try and sort of demonstrate that as much as possible. All right, that's it. Yeah, speak to you again next Tuesday.